today.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Every trading day, live at 10 a.m. Eastern. Call now, toll free at 877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-873-7618. The TFNN Bull Bear Trading Hour. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. Appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials flat, NASDAQ down 46, S&P's also flat, gold contract up $2.40, $2.40, that is 19.07 an ounce. You get silver up 5 cents, trading $24.77 an ounce. Light sweet crude, flat, $40.60 a barrel, notes and bonds. 10-year note right now, flat, 138.10. The 30-year down 5, trading at 172.06. And King Dollar right now, down 51 ticks, trading 92.900. The euro is at 118. The yen is at 104.81. And the British pound is at 130 to 1 U.S. dollar. Tom O'Brien, what's going on?
Good Friday morning, man.
Good Friday morning.
We got a lot going on. Market, S&P's within a point of flat. Why not? We'll start off Friday trading with flat territory. But I brought it up, man, that final hour trading last week. Of course, quite a sell-off. We'll see where we go this week. A lot of news potentially on the day, or maybe no news on the day. We'll find out.
And, you know, we had Europe, folks. Europe was up, is still up, 1% to 1.5%. So it's really unusual that we're flat when that is going on. And it looks to me like the market actually knows that there's not going to be stimulus, and the market's not too upset about it, actually.
I would agree. That's it. I mean, it's got all reasonable expectations, right? Would be that it's not coming. And the market has to be aware of the reasonable expectations. Doesn't mean that that's a certainty, but man, it's got to be priced in by, it's Friday before.
And Kudlow is just on Bloomberg. So Kudlow and Bloomberg, let's see. Here's his quote. The ball's not moving much right now. Well, no, we know that. The bottom line.
Friday, 11 days before Election Day,
yesterday he was all gung-ho. Today, it's very difficult, Kudlow said Friday during the interview with Bloomberg, adding that there are still a number of issues dividing the White House and Democrats. The clock is ticking. Yeah, well, we know that.
And it should include and Republicans in that statement from Kudlow.
Yeah.
Within the Senate and how that would play out, which is one of the biggest obstacles coming down the line.
Yeah, there's no doubt. So, what you can expect here, folks, as we get through this day out here, it's just going to be a matter is the market going to basically wake up and all of a sudden say, oh, no, man, there really isn't going to be stimulus. Or is the market just saying, hey, guess what? I've been fed enough. It's kind of intriguing. It's really intriguing out here this morning, right now. You know what I mean? In the context of where we are. How about Intel, huh?
Yeah, not the stock you want to be in for earnings. At least the last two cycles going around, right?
Oh, no doubt.
Down 11% to 48, and it's really interesting, man. When you look at, we'll jump into their numbers, but we're basically right at the lows that Intel made when it had that first initial sell-off 90 days ago on their last earnings, end of July. You made it to a low of $46.97, and you clawed all the way back to over $55, man, from the sell-off at 60, and then boom, next earnings cycle.
Barrel down. Yeah. I mean, what's if you're watching Target TV, you're going to see this $43.63. It's screaming, folks. It's screaming that it wants to be tested, and that was from the first leg down, which started in January of this year, $69 down to $43. So that's pretty intense, man. There's no doubt. Let's see. So if I bring this on a monthly, it's still not a bad-looking chart in the monthly. That's interesting. On a monthly, it's just a monster consolidation at the bottom is like the 43, 45 bucks. That being said, I don't think what do they pay? Well, they pay a 2.7% dividend.
Yeah.
So
it was just decreased. I mean, there was some growth over there. One of the ones, the headline weak results for its data center group when they get in there. That number, $5.91 billion in revenue, down 7%, and then their margins were shrinking all over the place too. The operating margin narrowed to 27.6% from 33.6%. Operating margin for that data center group was 32%, down from 49%. So they have some woes there. Yeah, that's quite a drop in those margin numbers.
That's a huge drop. Let's go take a look at inside the NDX 100, the strength versus the weakness. Intel's going to be the king dog. Yeah, there it is. So Intel's down 10.5%.
And Gilead on the other side of it.
And Gilead on the other side, that's up 3%. Yeah. You get VeriSign down 4%. You get Citrix down 3.8%, and you get Tesla down 3.4%. Put in strength, Gilead is the leader, 3%. You get Dexcom next, 2.8%. That Align technology is something else, huh? I mean, the whole world must be getting those invisible things on your teeth, right?
They must. Am I missing out, man? Because that stock is, I mean, that chart, I got it up too. Amazing, man.
This chart, they come out with their numbers, folks, and they were monster numbers. And this is a highly volatile stock. This stock went down $200, I think, in 2018. I'll bring this up right now, but I just kind of remember this. But we went up $100 yesterday, 328. We did 468, 465, more than that. Now watch this. Watch this other one now. This is, I think this 2 years ago.
There you go.
Maybe longer. Was it?
No, you had it. The fall off right there.
Right there? Yeah, that's it right there. So, yeah, October of 2018, it goes from $397 down to $203. Can you imagine?
Crazy.
That's pretty intense, man. Now it's blowing it all away, though. I mean, it is. It's like.
I mean, this is one of those companies that, and I didn't have a trade or anything, and really didn't look at it at all. But when you have such a run up from 127 up to almost 350 yesterday, right?
Right.
You'd think that a lot of that growth is priced in, but still, they just, absolutely annihilate it and trade up. I mean, what is that? They traded from, what, 330? Yeah, to 460. You're talking about $130, 40% at least. Yeah.
Amazing, right?
Yeah.
Some of the higher volume equities, and more than likely, it's going to be low volume. It's been low volume all week, folks. You get, Intel's the king dog here. You get Fastly's down $3. You get Tesla off $14. You have Virgin Galactic off $1.37. We got Advanced Micros up $1.89. You get Gilead up $2. Mattel. Oh, yeah, Mattel, man. Barbie just never goes out of, favor here. Barbie, I wonder if they're selling G.I. Joes, too, man.
They must be, man. They must be selling a lot of everything.
Let's see what they say. Jumps. The card demand. Okay, Mattel shares jumped to 12% Friday, highest levels. Let's see, what do they say? Results were driven by Barbie dolls and Hot Wheels. And talk about Hot Wheels. Man. You know what we have today, folks, right outside my office? Formula One racing.
Oh, they got that going on. Okay.
Formula. If you've never seen this, man, this goes right through the streets of St. Pete. It is unbelievable. They get 50 acres, so the bottom line, it's an outside deal, and, it should be okay. But it is so cool watching. You just can't believe these drivers are right next to the wall, like within, oh, my God, it's less than inches, man.
Yeah, you're right at those barriers, man. And I was there. It must have been 2 years ago now. Then,
yeah.
I think
as soon as this is over, I'm going right outside.
Good. Wear that mask. Social distance.
Absolutely. We just started hearing the cars.
I bet, man. Those engines, you can hear them for miles. Wow.
Dow down 10, Nasdaq off 28, S&P's up 1. We'll come right back.
If you're not currently using the TAS Profile Scanner when looking at setting up your trading opportunities, then your arsenal is short a mighty weapon. The TAS Profile Scanner is a standalone piece of software that instantly filters over 2,500 global financial markets such as stocks, ETFs, commodity futures, and Forex. Headed by Steve Dahl, TAS understands that in today's technological world, the use of top-flight software applications and technical analysis expertise is essential to successful trading in today's market. You also gain access to the webinar that Steve Dahl and Tom O'Brien just hosted, The Best Way to Use the TAS Profile Scanner to Profit. This webinar archive is available for all subscribers immediately upon signing up. All new subscriptions also come with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Start your subscription by visiting the front page of TFNN.com today, and you'll find the TAS Profile Scanner under the Services tab. Sign up today. Are you in the market for buying or selling real estate in the Bay Area, including the surrounding St. Petersburg, Tampa, and Clearwater markets? Tiger Real Estate LLC is a firm that has extensive experience in the Tampa Bay area. Whether you're looking to sell your current property for maximum value, or you're in the market for a second home or investment property, Tiger Realty has the experience across all areas of real estate in the Tampa Bay area to help buyers and sellers make the most informed decisions across all price levels. From the price you should be paying per square foot in certain up-and-coming areas to the type of cash flow investment properties are capable of creating, Tiger Real Estate can help you make the best decision when it comes to all areas of the market. Before you make one of the biggest decisions of your financial future, call Tiger Real Estate LLC today at 727-329-8322 or email us at tiger@tfnn.com. That's 727-329-8322. Call us today.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now down 23. You get the Nasdaq off 24. S&Ps are up 1. And let's go take a look at Constellation Brands for a couple of the Tigers up here. So you get Constellation flat out here today. The low's 104. The high's 208. Okay, so let's see what we got here. We've had the... Oh, interesting. Okay, so... Well, this thing wants lower price. This is interesting, man. You had a lot of volume out here yesterday. Let me put this. Looks like it's still in this consolidation. So, I mean, this thing can get down to 170 or 178. You know, and now what's intriguing here, if we go back over to Canopy, this thing has been a rocket ship, which is going to help them in their numbers next time. There's no doubt about that. But bottom line is that it looks like it wants to pull back a bit. You know. And
yeah, that thing's been struggling a little bit, man, since it made that run up to almost $200, which is over a month ago, September 15th. They had their numbers coming out October 1st. And yeah, it has that area for sure, beginning of August.
Yeah, and so you can see, it's what I've found is this, folks, is that, see this big downdraft in February of 2020? Most times, okay, so that's a supply line above it. Let me put this back actually 3 years. Because you can see it quite clearly that when you're looking at this. So now let's take, well, actually, let me do 4 years. Let's see what happens. Yeah, so then if we take this line and just kind of put it right here, what you're going to see is that, now, you know, we always talk, okay, you got supply, you get demand, you get resistance, you get overhead, you get support, right? You know, all of those things. And an equity like this, you can see quite clearly, I mean, what that means. You know, you had the big downdraft. I'm sure people were in a really bad losing position, right? You know, in 5 weeks, you went from 206 to 104, right? So you get a 50% haircut. What you want to remember is that, yeah, as Swing traders or something, you're not going to take that kind of heat. But people that invest take that kind of heat. That's the bottom line. You know,
retirees, yeah.
Right.
I mean, for sure, if you're a long-term investor.
Right. So as we come back up to that supply line, you're going to get a huge amount of resistance. And I've seen that you almost have to come up to those like 2-3 times. What you need as you come up there is a big expansion of volume so it gets rid of some of the supply. You know, that's what this is facing here. That's the bottom line. So on a time basis, you know, I suspect it will get it done. But that's kind of a clear understanding of what a real supply line is. And you can imagine, we've all been in those positions. You know, you get a losing trade, you're coming back up. Oh, just give me my money back, man. This is so cool, man. You feel like you just won. Like you feel like you hit the lottery.
Basic human emotion out there, right? If I could just get back to even.
There's no doubt, man. It's pretty wild. It really is. So, dollar's not holding again. This is, you know, but that being said, you know, this dollar, in both cases, meaning that it doesn't seem to me like it wants to break down also. You know, it can't stay over this 93,991, but yet, you know, when you come down, it's like, okay, your leg down, stays there a few, tries to get back up, you know. I mean, it's still on a vicious downtrend. There's no two ways about that, but it's holding tight here, man. I mean, it really is holding tight, so. Let's see, NBEV, one of the targets I want to look at. This is a
little rocket ship lately.
New Age beverage company. It distributes a range of flavored non-alcoholic drinks. I think this is distributing, they say they're going to distribute pot and
cannabis. I was waiting for it. It's doubled since September 24th in price.
Yeah, so they look the second, 70 million top line. They're losing 6 cents, up 26 cents.
What's the, after you go to the chart?
Yeah.
I just
market cap?
What's, yeah.
Ooh, 292
million. They got a lot of revenue for 292 million. What else is going on in that company then?
Oh, look at this. This is going to go test that. Now, see, this is one of these deals, folks, when you have high volume highs. You don't know when it's going to test it, but that's what it's going out. Well, it just did it. It literally just did it, and we just pulled it up. Look at that. The high volume high was 299. Comes all the way back. Oh, my God. Look at this. Comes all the way back to $1.53. Now you're up at 299 again. Let me see this thing. So what the question is, looks like it's running out of gas today. Where would you... Back against the wall. Entry point on a pullback. Oh. Well, entry point in a pullback, that's already been done. I mean, in 3 weeks, this thing just doubled in price. You know, the bottom line is that if it takes this out, the next leg up is at 525. The lows of that's, you know, you came down so fast, you take that out, and it's like, okay, that's game up there, man. Oh, and look at this. Oh my God, this is $1.69 to $9.99 in 1 week. That was September 2018. This is a good setup, though. That's the bottom line. This is a decent setup. So we'll see where it ends up shaking out, but. Go.
These markets are continuing to slip a bit, man. We're down to 34.45 in the S&Ps. It's kind of been a slow crawl, but we are more than 15 points below where we started the trading day less than an hour ago.
Yeah, and you know the S&P too. The Nasdaq is weaker, folks, but the S&P is the one to watch right now. I was, you know, because if the S&P gives it up, that's telling you the Nasdaq's really going to give it up. And what happens when the Nasdaq gives it up? It just like gives it up in a heartbeat. It's like it's a different animal. So this S&P, yeah, you know, it's amazing actually that the market itself. I mean, I feel much more confident today saying that, hey, guess what? The stimulus isn't there. You get the politicians turning, like Kudlow's turning now. Do you know what I mean? Well, yeah, things are tough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And after the election, who knows what's going to happen? I mean, that's the biggest wild card in the world. Why? If Trump ends up losing, why would he do any stimulus? Right? I don't. You know. And if
he's supposed to do it because he's the president.
If he ends up winning, then maybe he'll do a lesser one. Maybe he'll do a bigger one. Who knows?
He's still the president. He's supposed to do what's right for the people. So hopefully there's still the possibility, but we all know how life works, and maybe that lame duck session waits, especially depending on how the Senate goes. So that's crazy when you think about that. The new Congress. What is the swearing? Some January 20th.
January 20th, yeah.
January 20th. You're talking about 3 months from today, and then if they do anything, it's going to take 2 weeks or a month, right? So that's 4 months from today. And if it has to get distributed. So if you have to wait for the new Congress, man, that is a long time. 4 months. When you talk about it, you can't just turn on the spigot. The whole point's supposed to be that you keep things going. Waiting 4 months, I'm not sure you'll keep as much going. And the market doesn't seem to react to that yet, though, if it will, right?
Yeah, it's not.
That's it. It's not. So that would be the risk out there, whether you think it would. Is that too long to wait? If they decide to wait, if the Senate goes to Democrats, it'll be a lot of stimulus. But
it's too long to wait if you don't have a job or if you're in the wrong business. Yeah. Dow Industrials right now down 19, Nasdaq's off 28, S&P's a flat. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back.
Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get them, folks.
If you're a trader in the market looking to find the path that leads to maximizing profits while decreasing risk, then now is a great time to try out Dave White's daily trading service, The Path of Least Resistance. Through the use of options and equity trades, Dave advises his subscribers on a daily basis of the current market conditions and what possible trade setups are on the horizon. The Path of Least Resistance is published every trading morning, often with updates intraday when initiating trades or closing out positions. Dave White has advised his clients of some outstanding winning options and equity trades in recent months, and now is a great time to try it out for yourself. New subscribers to the Path of Least Resistance receive a 30-day money-back guarantee. See for yourself the types of options and equity trades that are available by signing up for the Path of Least Resistance today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com and selecting the newsletter tab. Sign up today. TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now flat. Nasdaq is down 20. S&P's up 1.5 points. And bottom line is that you get a sideways market out here, man.
Yeah, I mean, 10:30 in the day. I wonder if it's waiting for any news for a stimulus, yay or nay. But like we talked about, that's pretty much out there. All expectations. You really don't have to expect to get an update today, as we could just trail into the weekend and trail right into the election, man, because you have a Supreme Court nomination going on next week too. It's not like the slate is even clear for the next week, which is all we have left, right? You literally have a Supreme Court nomination within the next week. We have 1 week left until the election. I don't see it happening.
No, I don't either. I definitely don't.
And I don't see the market reacting.
And so then, so now the question is that what is the catalyst for the market to go up or down? That's kind of, we're in earnings season for sure. Hey, did you see that Goldman Sachs deal, man? That is so far out, man. It's unbelievable.
For one MDV?
Yeah.
Yes. What are they up to? 5 billion, 5 point something billion total in fees.
Yeah. And now listen to this too.
Go ahead. I was explaining it to someone yesterday about how they get away with. Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Now listen to this. Look at this one. Now they got. This is after the 2007-2008 debacle, folks. Okay. The banks put in clawbacks for their executives.
Yes.
And this is the first big one that's coming down the line. Now Goldman. This number looks big right now, and it is big, but watch how this goes through. So Goldman is clawing back $174 million from their executives that were there at the time. Now, the thing that's really weird about this is that the king dog in charge of all these people was David Solomon when this happened. Now, David Solomon is the CEO of Goldman Sachs. So what this is about is that, okay, they're going to draw back $174 million in pay from a dozen top current and former executives, including David Solomon, including Lloyd Blankfield, who was the CEO at the time. But watch this. 3 of them, which really got caught with their hands in it, and one of them will and maybe end up going to jail, too, actually, they're getting $76 million back from 3 of them, which was Tim Lessenina, Rajan Neg, and Andrea Villa.
It's a lot of cash from 3 people, man.
Yeah.
They must have made a lot of coin from those years.
Exactly. The bank didn't give the individual amount, but said 4 executives will have compensation, will have their compensation cut for 2020, cut by $31 million. Goldman Sachs gave Blankfield and Solomon equity awards in 2018 that was subject to clawbacks if the results of that one MDB investigation would also impact. And so they're getting clawed back. The thing that it's just over the top, man. I mean, it's people wonder why people talk about equality, equity. I mean, it makes 0 sense that you get a CEO making $500 million.
And their role, right, was facilitating those types of bribes, basically all over Malaysia.
$1.7 billion in bribes. That's out of 1.7 billion in bribes, folks. Okay, bribes.
That's quite a facilitator role.
Oh man,
I know.
And I want to know the ones we don't know about. That's the essence.
You think there's more out there? No, I'm kidding. Exactly,
well, the thing is amazing. Sometimes, I think we all can sit and wonder and say, like, how does this work? They know exactly how it works. That the bottom line is that, it's corruption. And, pretty sick, man. It's pretty sick that, I mean, how do you stop it? You don't stop it if no one goes to jail. Because it's like, okay, you're going to pay something back? Well, great. Pay something back. I mean, I'm sure every little petty thief would love to, pay their $30 back for stealing something, and then they're in jail for 6 months. I mean, right?
Sure.
After the fact, yeah, okay, here's $100. You just stole my freaking air conditioner. Well, guess what?
I hear you, man.
Yeah, crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Microsoft. Let's go to Microsoft. So, Xbox. Do you have an Xbox, Tommy?
No, I do not. Had one ages ago, but no longer, man. But I'm always kind of scanning. I maybe eventually. I used to play a lot of video games.
Yeah.
We're going back 15 years ago, probably.
Right. Right.
Mid-20s, young 20s, college, high school, like every high school boy, a lot of high school boys, but not in a long time. But every time that they come out with, the brand new boxes with which is what they're doing, and nowadays those things facilitate. I mean, whether you patch into the internet, then maybe you can use it as your video player. I don't even know, right? But so that's why I always take a look, especially at the beginning of the cycle. So maybe, you have Microsoft, you have PlayStation coming out with theirs, right?
Because this holiday season, I mean, this is a big one for like Xbox and PlayStation and all this, right?
I'm not sure. I'm still a little bit on the outskirts.
I believe they've been pushing it, man. So it doesn't. I can't see it in their numbers there, but bottom line is that this thing's been on a tear. There's no doubt. And
yeah, maybe they have. I'm pulling up one article. Say November 10th. I saw a day out there, maybe potentially. But yeah, I mean, Microsoft in general, man, they're such a powerhouse, a long-term company. I don't think you can go wrong. Right up there with Apple, maybe even better than Apple, man.
We're in the ecosystem. We're not going to leave it.
That's it. We have, Microsoft 365.
Right.
You get access to all of the suite of Microsoft Office, right, which is Outlook, Word, Excel.
Yeah.
We're all familiar with them. PowerPoint, presentations, etc. And it's a very affordable price, man. I think it's like $100 for the year, $99 for the year, or $9 per month. Right. Something like that. You get more than a few licenses. I think it might be up to 5. And everything can be stored on the cloud, or in your own server as well. Just access. So it's pretty cool. Yeah.
No, there's no doubt. And the affordability, I think, is amazing. And the aspect that no matter what happens, you always have your stuff. I mean,
and it's awesome here. We're sitting here raving about the privilege of paying them $100 a year forever, right? So think about totally. the business plan of that. But the value they offer is tremendously worth it, which is why, for sure.
Yeah, because you get the updates are automatically done. I mean, it's pretty cool, man.
Listen, we've been, you started TFNN decades ago now, and the pain that you used to have to go through, right, with some emails with your provider, with your service provider, you had a server, your the amount of woes that you could go through there, man, is pretty dramatic, and how that's been fine-tuned by some of these big tech companies. The likes of Shopify, the same deal, really making it user-friendly for everybody with equal access across the board.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, Shopify is another one, man. Holy cow. That's trading $1,000, $1,017. Amazing, absolutely amazing. Yeah. Dow Industrials right now down 4, Nasdaq off 21, S&Ps are up 2. We have gold down 2. Right across all these markets, man, you get a sideways move, and that's about it. Tommy and I come right back, folks. Stay right there.
Many of our new listeners have heard about The Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live, and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive The Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on The Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
TFNN has launched our brand new website. You can still visit us at the same TFNN.com URL, but when you do, you'll see a new and improved homepage with a much simpler navigation, whether you're watching Tiger TV live in high definition or just accessing your newsletter subscriptions. We even have new pricing in 6 months and yearly options. Check out the new TFNN.com now and experience all the upgrades. TFNN.com, educating investors.
If you haven't checked out the newsletters page of TFNN.com, what are you waiting for? All of the TFNN newsletters are informative, up-to-date, affordable, and a must-have for every trader looking to gain a competitive informational edge in today's markets. TFNN newsletters cover every aspect of the markets to offer you the very latest in market news. Plus, new subscribers get to test drive our newsletters risk-free for 30 days. From all aspects of the markets, including stocks, bonds, metals, commodities, and tech, there's a newsletter to fit your needs exclusively from TFNN. Stay informed each day you trade and get that competitive edge that will help you stay ahead of the game. Visit our newsletters page by going to TFNN.com and click the newsletters button near the top of the page. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Directions Daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. Dow's down 9, Nasdaq up 22, S&P's up 2. Bottom line is that it looks to me like you got a Friday in the middle of the month, end of the month, and this thing's going to be basically flattening out, man. Pretty wild.
Yeah, and where we're sitting, man, it'd be interesting to see as we creep past the election, of course, the one obstacle, but we're coming into that election with so much volatility potentially. In the calendar year, you're 6-7% right now in the positive.
Right. Right. So let me bring this all the way back. Yeah, I mean, we're sitting at highs, right? That's the bottom line.
Pretty much, exactly. All things considered, we're within literally 130 points to the all-time high. Quite a bounce that we had just off where we were trading at a month ago. We were down at 3,200. We're up 250 S&P points just from where we were then. Right? So, yeah.
And, when you look, like, I got the SPY up here, folks. Like, for real destruction, you got to get under 339. I mean, that's only 6 points. It's not a lot. But, you jumped. We had got down there, 4 weeks ago. When you jump back up, I mean, anything over this high, the high that was generated out here in February of 2020, that's saying you're in another range, man. And now there's no juice up here. Granted, there's no juice. And, I'd be really intrigued to, 5 years from now, to find out what is going to be the explanation inside some of these business courses, Tom, as to how the market can stay higher when you know that the amount of businesses that are going out of business are exponential. So
yeah,
the market hasn't shown it. That's for sure. There's
No, and one thing could be is, unfortunately, the smaller business not as well capitalized, not as able to transition to online everything, maybe not able to compete in the economies of scale needed when you're doing that. Maybe all that business is just transferring right up the line to the likes of Amazon, Microsoft, Apple. That probably wouldn't be a good thing for society in general.
No, it's not. Not even close. Right.
But the market could stay at or higher levels, with those companies kind of soaking up all that business. When you think about it, man, very few companies, man, the whole world, and I'm exaggerating a bit, right? But when you just pull up your phone, order something, and a drone drops it off, it's really hard for a small business to get in line, into that whole ecosystem when you got Walmart, Amazon, Target, Home Depot, Lowe's, right?
Yes.
Just kind of dominating your daily life of what you do and then you got Microsoft, you have Google, you have Apple. it's very few things in terms of what you really need because they're provided by so few companies.
There's right.
The Justice Department has something to say about that, though, with Google, even though Google is trading higher.
Right.
But maybe that's part of the action, you know? I mean, especially on Google. I saw an executive for Yelp on Bloomberg yesterday. Now, 60 Minutes, you saw that story they did almost a couple years ago now. And they had the CEO of Yelp, the founder of Yelp,
right.
One of them. And he was saying they could not have created their company in today's environment with Google because of the way Google just steers Google searches to their own ecosystem of Google reviews, Google restaurant reviews, etc.
There's no doubt.
And that's obviously, Yelp's a great service, man. I use them all the time. That anti-competitive nature would take away a company like Yelp being able to be formed today. So hopefully that.
And then you have all the people that are advertising on Yelp because Yelp is a good advertising venue. Then they get squeezed, and Google squeezes them. And then, of course, Google, in some businesses, they're in those businesses, and just like you said, that they squeezed Yelp out, they're going to squeeze those other smaller businesses out. Right.
Sure.
Yeah.
And then you add on to it, and then that's the part they really seems like they narrowed it to, at least on the beginning, is the amount of money that they literally pay Apple, you know, to be on their mobile.
I heard that yesterday, man. It's billions of dollars a year.
Billions of dollars.
To be the default. Right. That's how scared they are.
Yes, to be the default search. Right. To the tune where they control, 90+% of the search market, especially mobile, because they literally pay Apple. And I'm not sure. They may pay Android as well to be the default search items. Which
for sure.
You know, that in itself, you're allowed to do that, but you're not allowed to do it to the point where you gain a monopolistic advantage, which is, I think, most reasonable people would say that they have quite a monopoly on search, especially when you look at what they're buying there and how they use that, whether that's actually fostering competition and innovation.
No doubt. Let's go to John in Philly. What's going on, brother?
Good morning, Tommy and Tom. Thanks for taking the call.
How you
doing,
doing,
John?
Say, Tom, I wanted to ask if you just give us fresh eyes on the NASDAQ futures contract. It's currently 11,600. You know, just for reference sake, this price right here is the price that we saw Monday at 4 p.m. So, you know, since Monday at 4 through today, there's no net movement. It's chopped around a bit, but it's just laying there. My question, Tom, is can you share with us what you see in the charts? What level needs to break to pull in more selling? And if that happens, if you can find a number and share it with us, if we break the number that you see, where we might head to, I'd appreciate it. And if you don't mind, I'll listen to your analysis off the air.
Okay, cool. So the NQs, folks, you know, they've been in a downtrend for a good amount of time. You know, just as when we just came on the air, I just closed a trade that I opened at 7 o'clock this morning because it wasn't enough movement, you know, and it was a nice trade, okay? But the bottom line, I don't think we're going to get any more movement out here today. So I, you know, if you're an intraday trader, I would not be trading the rest of this day out here at all. What has happened, if you look at these NQs, this is pretty wild if you look at these NQs. Every day this week, you could have sold them at 7 o'clock in the morning and did very well. The sellers just come in ASAP here. So that's telling me that, number one, that it wants lower price. That being said, you know, in this particular case, each time that we've come down this week, we've broken a swing point with not enough volume. So, you know, we're still in a range, man. And as to the aspect of the number for me, like if we did this Qs, okay, let's just go look at the Qs. What you're going to see with the Qs is that okay, so yesterday we only did 32 million shares. We were breaking a B point with 36 million. Well, that's really light volume. So it's like, this thing's not ready yet, man, you know. And I think what we're going to see is that it's just going to blow out. I mean, you know, the Q's under 282.19, then it has a shot down to the bottom. I think that's where we're going. But like right now, guess what? It's actually blowing my mind that the market has just decided that, hey, man, I'm taking a break. I'm gonna lay around here and take a break. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of uncertainty, which is why you're seeing the VIX so elevated no matter what, right?
Yeah.
But, you know, everybody kind of knows the scenario, I think, and now it's up for election day, and it's 11 days out, man. But, you know, as in to see where those chips fall, and maybe we just wait and see all the volatility election evening and the day or two afterwards, potentially.
Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I come right back. Dow down 36, NASDAQ off 45, S&P's down 3. We'll come right back.
Back in the day, I joined Hotel California in 2006, and like many of you, was drawn in by, as well as...
Whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows.
You see, I believe that everything in life happens for us, not to us. And Tom ignited the fire within me to want to learn how to master the markets. So how did I go from knowing nothing about technical analysis to becoming the #1 market timer for the S&P 500 in 2018 and the #2 market timer in 2019? Simply put, I hired coaches with a proven track record, which led me to a whole new set of tools that I created to interpret the message of buyers and sellers. I would love the opportunity to teach you this award-winning set of tools and to help you improve your market timing. You can test drive my newsletter service, Mastering Probabilities, for the next 30 days with no risk to you. Plus, you'll gain access to archive workshops that'll take you step-by-step through my system. Sign up today by going to the homepage of TFNN.com and selecting Mastering Probability in the newsletter tab.
Hi, folks. This is Tom O'Brien. The printing presses are working 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The U.S. deficit has risen 200% in 1 year with no end in sight. The markets are looking for an additional stimulus bill to get us through this once-in-a-generation pandemic. There is no free lunch, folks. The more stimulus dollars put into the marketplace, the less your dollar is worth each and every day. This is the time to protect yourself with a portion of your portfolio in the metal market. The Gold Report comes out each Monday morning. I bisect and dissect the dollar, silver, gold, the XAU, and the HUI. The Gold Report is a long-term hedge against the dilution of your buying power. The U.S. has put more than $6 trillion into the marketplace in the last 6 months, with more expected in the next few months. The market did and does need the stimulus, but it will have long-term implications on our buying power. The Gold Report comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. Go to TFNN.com and order the Gold Report now. Protect your buying power. Order the Gold Report now.
With markets trading with extreme volatility and peaks and troughs everywhere, regardless of what you're looking at in the markets, this is a great time to see the type of analysis Basil Chapman delivers for his subscribers every market day with the Opening Call newsletter. Basil has been analyzing markets, providing his take for subscribers to his trading services since 1984. Every morning, Basil publishes an update for his subscribers, along with weekend and evening updates when warranted. The Opening Call provides traders a daily market overview with regard to the direction of the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, along with specific recommendations, including stops and targets. You also gain instant access to Basil's subscriber webinar archive from earlier this year, a dark cloud cover, and essential market analysis. Ride the Chapman wave today by signing up for the Opening Call newsletter on the front page of TFNN.com under the newsletter tab. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. Sign up today.
This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Dow down 27, NASDAQ off 46, S&P's off 3. And we kick into the weekend. King dollar, bottom line down 38 ticks. Gold down $7, so they're hitting gold again. No big deal there. Dollar's not getting any juice either, so it looks to me that the market's going to take a day off here, man. Pretty wild.
I mean, pretty calm action. I'll be keeping my eye on the market, especially at 3 o'clock when you start your afternoon show after what it did last week. You know, it always, the last hour, interesting.
It has, yeah.
Second to last Friday before the election, man. And it seems like if you're going to get any ducks in a row, get them in a row now or the beginning of next week and not wait in terms of, you know, as we come right into the election, because you might see some volatility, man, trying to get ahead of a rush of what to expect.
It would totally make sense. And you know what's pretty cool, folks, is that what has changed in the last couple of weeks, what I was just talking about, that the overnight sessions in the S&Ps and the NASDAQ, they've been bidding them up all night long, which is great. I mean, I go to sleep at night hoping that the futures are up, NASDAQ futures are up 100, man. Do you know what I mean? Because what has changed is that the texture of the market has changed. When we were continually going up, what was always happening is that they'd bid the futures down and then run them up. And now just the opposite has happened, basically, when you take a look at these markets. They'll bid them up, and then the market can't hold, and, you're going down. We haven't gone down dramatically, but it's when you look at the chop, you got 60, 70 S&P, NASDAQ points every day pretty easy.
Yes.
Stay right there, folks. We got Think or Swim coming up next. And I'm Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, pal.
Thanks, man.
Formula One, here we come. We'll get 'em, folks.